Alright, keyboard walkthrough. The Technics AX-5. We'll go right to left on the board. Yep, that's keyboard percussion. Turns the whole keyboard into a drum set. Portamento. An interesting cigarette burn. Conductor means left hand, right hand. On your left hand you can control the bass or have the polyphonic keyboard. On the right hand you can have a solo voice or the polyphonic keyboard. And this is a little confusing. The solo bass set, you've got your choice of the memory, 1, 2, blah blah blah, piano, or voices 1 through 16 that are custom voices created and stored in the keyboard. There are also a set of functions to each of the selector buttons, and below you've got the polyphonic setting, but you'll see keynote only, velocity, this is on the lower set, program change, pitch bend, modulation, balance, expression, MIDI clock, MIDI key assign, transposing, APC, I don't know what that is, sequencer controls, and up here we've got song select, memory protect, initialize, more sequencer controls, a set of MIDI controls, modulation, MIDI channel, foot controller, portamento time, and the basic channel. Pretty wild. 4 sets of panel memory that'll remember exactly what everything looked like on the keyboard as it was set. One touch play, a feature I'm not exactly sure how it works. And one of the best rhythm sets I've ever seen, because let's get a little rock going here. There are 4 variations to each beat. With 4 variations to each beat, you've got a lot of options. Good times, huh? You can see there is a lot of variation stored up in this keyboard. And like a lot of other keyboards of its time, you've got a 1 finger and fingered settings. Let's just give you a demo of those. Let's put on a march. 1 finger. How about fingered? Now there's also these Composure Settings. This is an 8-part sequencer that I believe what we're going to hear are the factory preset sequences. So that's just a taste of the Composer. There's a key split button, and I'm not sure when that's enacted. Okay, on to the tone generation section. You know, we've got the poly and the bass sounds that you can choose from, but also there are, I believe the way it's creating sound is it's 2 PCM waves. You've got an attack source and a body source. And these are numerically selected for each sound. You can imagine what some of these sound like. And then on top of that, you've got a set of ways to edit them. The variation of the attack and the volume of the attack. Variation means these numbers over here. And the volume. You've also got a cool envelope, attack, delay, decay, sustain, release. You've got modulation settings, which is very cool. Let's hear a little modulation. And this auto bend is very cool too. So there's a lot of matrices involved in this front panel. I'm here, which means that I get to control this control based on these sliders, this control with these, etc., etc. When this is here, the up is harmonics and the down is total, whatever that means. Now, in addition to ways that you can modify the sound, you've got this one-touch synth control, which is actually really cool if you want to just increase the modulation in a raw kind of way, or turn it bright to mellow. So for each one of these controls, you've got settings on the LED that let you know what's going on. 1-1 is the sound we've selected, I believe. And I'd like to show you that that can change. Well, what I can do is... no, I can't. Okay, when one of these lights is blinking, you're in sound edit mode. Now we're not. The rhythm will play at 120, the poly's on sound number 37, and the solo's on sound 17. I don't think these buttons are active at this time. These are volume settings for all of the accompaniment, solo, poly, chords, bass, and drums. As well, there's your record and step time controls for creating new sequences. Finally, a memory card load and save spot, and a giant transposer, which will just take the whole thing as wherever you want to go. Remember, we're still in finger fed here. Now, I'm getting a solo sound out of the keyboard because that's set to where it was. I'd like it to be poly. Let's just jump around a bit. There is touch sensitivity for all sounds, which is variable. Now, these just numbered sound spots, again, another matrix, allows you access I'm not sure why 5 is in a square and 9 is in a square and 7's in parentheses. I also really don't know how to access the smaller features underneath each one of these. Keynote only, velocity, program change, etc. I'm not sure what the button combo is. You want to hear special, I'm sure. Special 1. Special 2. And special 3. All of these can have sustain added to them. And chorus as well. Which actually sounds really good out of these speakers. You're not here, but... just a taste of the keyboard percussion. Trying to show you the cymbals here. Let me get this loud. Those kicks will get you pretty far with the Technics. So there you go. Oh, I gotta show you that memory card slot. Lord only knows, it really does look like you could fit just about a credit card in there. And an air vent on the front. One of the screws, oh, and a headphone jack. One of the screws is kind of rusted up, so I'm not going to try to pry off the case. The 4 button and the 12 button don't work. And some of these other push buttons might be a little intermittent. But where else are you going to get a guaracha?